Let's get her going on game day. It's the real Kyper and Bourne show. You good, Sammy?
Yeah,
All right.
totally good. Why are you looking at me? Are you good?
I don't know. I just heard some noises over there.
Squirrel.
I mean, my coffee is in a precarious position once again
Where is your
Yes.
coffee?
It's by your feet.
What are you doing?
And you wonder why you spill it.
because
That's unbelievable.
Well,
You're going to
listen,
leave that there?
yes.
It's at his feet.
we don't need to get into why it's not up there, but stop. I'm
He-
good.
I'm
To answer the
tweeting
question, I'm good.
tweeting it.
He is our Sammy McKee, Justin Bourne, Nick Kypreos, yours truly, Jake the Snake Schultz, Derek Brandeo for the next 2 hours, including our Leaf Hour edition. We are live on Sportsnet 360, 590 The Fan in Toronto, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. Available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
I literally just tweeted the picture of Sam's
Oh.
coffee cup.
Did you?
Yeah. If anyone wants to see how he plans to get through an hour show.
You are a mistake waiting to happen. You are. Okay?
For the record, there's 2 shows ago he spilled
You know
an
what
entire
you
coffee
are?
in his feet
Oh,
in the
what
wires.
am I,
Yeah,
Kipper?
yeah.
What am I?
You're Evan,
Enough!
you are Evan Bouchard right now. Just waiting for
You
something
do a
to
lot of good
happen.
things, but once in a while.
I was Evan Bouchard on the ice this morning too, coughing the puck up everywhere. God, I was bad today. Holy hell!
Oh, that's not
really?
fair
Yeah,
to
I-
Evan.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Evan's put together a
I
highlight
apologize
reel
to
this year
Evan.
going both ways.
It happens, Evan. It happens, right? I'm so excited about tonight. Tonight is Gibby night in Canada.
Yeah, you guys are going.
My buddy
So sad.
Gibby, for the second year in a row, invited all 3 of us to a Toronto Maple Leaf game.
He's a gentleman and a
We
scholar.
had our choices of a few. We picked the San Jose Sharks.
Now that says something.
Really says something.
The boys wanted to see the Sharkies.
Wanted-
Celebrini,
yes.
Will Smith. See him flying around out there.
Yep.
Ryan Reaves.
I'm extremely excited. Don't get to go to a ton of games anymore because I'm doing
Yeah.
Leafs talk, so I'm home. I love going to the games. I love getting the feel. Really excited for Celebrini. I really am very excited to watch that. And, of course, my boy Troy Stetcher. Can't wait to get an in-person viewing
Troy's boys in
of
the house.
Troy, just snapping it, the back end. But, yeah, it's going to be fun.
So where is he in the? I don't really follow this.
Troy's
stats
boys.
like you guys.
Celebrini?
Yeah,
He's
like
second in the league.
second.
Is that good?
You don't really follow it like us.
Well, I
You're
don't-
on
I
a
don't-
nationally broadcast hockey show.
I don't check. I don't
Daily.
check the scoring
Oh,
leaders
He has fallen one behind the
every day.
He's back to third.
I know you guys.
Yeah.
It's probably more important for you guys.
Yeah. Big fantasy hockey players.
But that in itself is just a huge statement.
He is.
Come on,
we
he's
got a
still,
stat in
he's
here.
not 20 yet, is he? When does he turn 20?
Not 20 yet. Third in the league scoring with 43 points in 31
oh
games.
my God.
That's wild. He is tied for the league lead with 7 3-point performances this year, and then can become the 8th teenager in NHL history to have 8 in a season. He has like 50 games.
So he's third in the league, up against Austin Matthews tonight. Where's Austin in scoring?
if you doubled
100.
Matthews' points, would he be there?
102.
Is that true?
Is that right?
Oh, I was being like purposely
No.
obtuse, and I was actually right.
You were like almost bang on.
Actually, he's 103rd.
Okay, so something happened last night. I think I checked it before the final scores came in. But
He got
like,
passed. by
think about that
Dawson
for a
Mercer.
second, boys. Like,
I mean,
who
there's
saw that?
well, I mean, yeah, I don't think Austin Matthews. I mean, he was never a top of the league stats guy. Like he was more
109 points. 107
yeah,
points.
it's because he's
109
it's-
I
points.
think 107 is his high.
No, I don't think.
Yes.
I think he's
No,
had
no,
100
no.
I think he's had 100 points once,
No,
right?
Twice.
it's the apples that hurt him.
Yes. Like I don't put him in the same category points wise as like
Right.
the
He has
McDavid's of the world.
107 and 106.
Really?
And
Yeah.
how many assists?
46 assists.
Which
and
is
38
kind of
assists.
respectable for a pure shooter,
Yeah.
right? But he was never going to be a disher, as we
It's funny,
pointed
right?
out a long time ago.
Because like 46 assists, I don't know what that would have been in the league, but I'm guessing it's top 10.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that they're guys that are Like-
Pointier.
yeah, and that they're just at different kind of points in their career here. Whoa, I got an alarm. What's that for? Oh yeah, okay.
Medication?
Change the jersey?
No, it's not changed to jersey.
Medication?
If you must know what it is, I always forget to tease the Leafs line.
Oh, yeah.
And I set an alarm today, and that's what it was for.
Do it. Let's
Okay, I
have
might as well
pro-
do it.
Hey,
Yeah, it
hey.
worked.
You know, it would work for changing the jerseys over, too.
I don't care about that. I want it to be Leafs every time. So yeah, I call the Leafs line for tomorrow because we haven't been getting as many, and I want to make sure that people are listening, and we were going to take them. So 416-413-4141. 416-413-4141. Call the Leafs line for tomorrow.
Please.
In about 30 minutes, we'll welcome in a former National Hockey Leaguer, Dan Boyle. Panthers, Lightning, Sharks, of course. Rangers, too. Looking forward to hear his thoughts on the Sharks as well.
Talk some Canada
Yep.
in there. He played, represented the country.
Top of the hour, Eddie
Super
Olczyk.
underrated career.
Yeah.
Dan Boyle.
Edzo will join us.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
Give me a chance.
Give me a chance. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted. All right, so where do you want to pick up our Leaf talk as they go into
Talk about the
tonight?
Sharks a little bit. We got Celebrini stuff, Reeves stuff. Do
Yeah.
you want to do that? No?
No? Where do you
Well,
want to start,
no,
Sammy?
I would like to talk about
Is there
the Sharks.
anything new with the Leafs today?
I
This
would
is
like-
my whole thing about today's show.
I would like
What's
to,
new with the Leafs?
I would like to talk about the Sharks.
Yes.
But I think that naturally, when the Sharks come to town, that Ryan Reaves gets to. I mean, people that cover the team, I understand that it's monotonous. You talk to the same people all the time. So a guy that comes in that has some familiarity with the market and is willing to say stuff can be a pretty attractive guy to a person who covers a team. I understand that because he's willing to say stuff. But like, but the amount of Ryan Reaves stuff I've had in my timeline and on social media, it's like, my God.
Did he hold court today?
Oh, buddy, he held the most court.
I was saying to Sammy gives Maurice and Cooper a hard time when they come to Toronto, but Ryan Reaves loves the microphone.
Yeah,
He
he's in
loves-
the.
He
like,
loves to get the shirt off. And
Oh, yeah.
do the whole quiet, snarky
I just.
quip.
Do you guys want to play the clips?
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. That's
Kip
what I'm
can't
living
wait.
for right now.
Kip is just okay. So there's two clips.
Do you want Berube first on him, or do you
No,
want?
we'll start.
All right.
Let's just get right into
No, let's get into Ryan Reaves.
All right.
Okay, so the audio is there's a bunch of people taping their sticks or something around him, so just bear with the audio. But this is the first one. Clip one.
They basically said that I couldn't play in this league anymore, and I'm back. So, yeah.
For those of you that didn't quite hear that, he basically said, the Leafs told me I couldn't play in the league anymore.
And now I'm back.
And now I'm back. Yeah.
Okay.
Showed them.
So typically you don't go there as a player, but
Typically.
right?
I feel like
But he was sour. Let's just call it what it was. He was really pissed at them.
yeah. But like, I don't think that they did that. That's like a kind of a dramatic retelling of the story. They didn't say he can't play in the league. They said we're a top-seeded team trying to play for a cup, and we don't have room here.
You clear waivers. You get sent to the minors.
Then the league is saying that we don't think there's room.
Reading the tea leaves, right?
Yeah.
He didn't like the way it was handled.
Yeah.
That's the issue too as well. And I think he referenced
Well,
to
we have
lack
the second clip.
Okay,
You wanna play?
let's go there.
Just bear with the audio. Okay.
Yeah, I think throughout the year, not just that situation. I think there's just some situations that could have been handled differently. At the time, I've been in the league for 15 years, and I think just a little honesty and some communication would have been nice. But like I said, every team handles things differently, and it is what it is.
Okay, anytime you reference to how many years you've been in the league, it's you basically disrespected
You feel
me.
disrespected. You deserved more respect.
So, did he deserve more respect from the Leafs?
It just seemed that there was never really long stretches, I guess, of success with him in the lineup where, I don't know, you felt like he was impactful. I mean, it's really tough to gauge tough guys' impact, even when it appears like nothing's going on around them, because I've seen guys play against tough guys where
Shutdown.
their behavior changes
And so how do you
because
gauge that? Yeah.
of someone's presence, like Ryan Reaves or Joey Kosher or Wendell or anyone over the course of the last 50 years who played that tough role. And if you're willing to go there, then you got to be willing to deal with me. and certain players can shut down on that. But can the average viewer watch that, see that, feel that? So I don't know. When you look at, even go back earlier, Matt Martin. Okay, Matt Martin went on and did some really good things for the New York Islanders long past being with Toronto.
Yeah.
But
I would argue Matt Martin's a better hockey player than Ryan Reaves was.
But in many ways, it felt the same kind of exit for Matt Martin as Ryan Reaves. It's like, well, we don't really think he can play anymore.
Yeah.
But
I've got a couple thoughts on this. We'll start with this. One is the idea of when people get fired or they get dumped in a relationship, you often hear that they're not mad about it, but they're mad about how it happened. You know, not that it bothers me. It's how they did it that bothers me.
I love this stuff that you do. We're going to do strictly, we got to fit in 2 hours, 15 minutes of dating with JB.
But it is, this is like,
relationships.
I feel like it's a defense mechanism against like when you've been spurned, when someone has said they don't want you. It's, you know, this thing about respect and how it happened.
Emotional
like there's a really great
damage.
Like there's a great way to dump someone, fire them, cut them, whatever. There's not a way they're like, I just really appreciated the way it happened. Like that doesn't happen. So this to me, a bit of a defense mechanism from Reaves. The other thing, there does seem to be a small trend maybe of people here feeling like they're not being communicated with in these sort of scenarios on the way out about how much they're valued. I don't know if that's, I don't know. Maybe he deserved more, just like, hey, we're going to be moving on from that.
I think.
I don't think, like, we know the game's changed over the years. That part I don't think has changed, nor do teams really feel like, well, now we owe more explanations in 2025 than we did in 2000 or 1980.
We'll tell you where you're going when you're going.
You know what we're obligated to do and obliged to do? Pay you. And that's it. That's it.
That's what the money's for.
And yeah, and when we ask you to play, you play, and when we don't, you don't. And that includes reassignments, healthy scratches, and you just need to deal with it. That's just all part of also being a pro.
I also think that if the team that waived him last year wasn't the Toronto Maple Leafs, this conversation has literally never had. And he knows that if he comes in here and he says this stuff,
he's got a platform
that we're going to talk about it for 15 minutes, and then he's going to have his name back in the news circles, and it's multiple people are writing articles about it, and it's a thing, and he gets to have his like. I think that's a huge part of it.
And he gets to strike back at management, because then people like me are going, maybe management doesn't communicate very well. Management's going, come on.
Anyways,
he's just mad because we let him go.
Yeah, and there got like he referenced to the other day that he was having dinner with Austin.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Well, no. Usually those tough guys are
Popular guys.
There's a gravitation to the best players because they're the ones that feel that security blanket is as much for them than anyone else too. Mm-hmm. I just wonder how Austin felt losing Ryan Reaves.
You think it affected him in some way?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I how can it not?
Well, I don't know. He didn't play good last year and he was here.
Yeah, but it's still the presence of just having him. It's just like,
I will say,
powerful countries flexing their muscle with a nuclear bomb.
It's the implication, to quote It's Always Sunny. It's not about anything other than it's the implication.
Right?
Of what you could do.
It's nice to have a missile.
Yeah, it is.
Even if it sits there and does nothing.
Yeah, I'm not even going to mention this, but just it's here if I need it. I did think that the Leafs were going to be cognizant of having that in the lineup, and that's what Pezzetta was. I thought that, so then if it's not Pezzetta, you would think they go, okay, well, we should have someone who doesn't hate to fight. Why I got excited about Pezzetta last year, and you guys probably remember this, is all the guys they brought in here that seemed like they were brought in here to be Ryan Reaves to fight, didn't want to fight anymore. They were at the end of their fighting days. Even Reaves, when he was here, we know what he could do, and so he still carried the threat you're talking about. He didn't want to fight anymore. Neither did Wayne Simmons. Didn't want to fight anymore. Like, they didn't have... I would like a guy who's middle-aged, 27 here, who's like, it'd be neat to punch someone tonight. That'd be fun to have a guy like that. So I'm surprised they didn't get anyone who presented it.
I do. I would have loved to seen Ryan Reaves fight more, but on occasion he's mentioned it, and others have in the league. It's what am I supposed to do? Go chase a guy down? You need a little bit of a willing participant.
He fought once last year.
Yeah.
In 35 games.
But how many guys are willing to go fight him?
It was Olivier that he fought, and the year was his first year here, 23-24.
Mm-hmm.
He fought 7 times.
It's hard,
including Scraps versus Jack-Eye, Rempe, Jeannot. What was that?
It's hard. It's hard when most teams go, leave him alone, don't wake him up, just let him be.
Well, I've always I've had some conflict about that. Like, I was with the Leafs in preseason one year, and the Buffalo Sabres dressed like 4 heavyweights, and our side was going, okay, well, we got to put in this guy, one of our tough guys, because we didn't have any in the lineup that night. And to me, it was always like, but if we don't put that guy in, they got no one to fight with. They're just useless. Doesn't it kind of negate them if you don't have that tough guy? So I'm kind of torn on the need for it and not, but it just would be nice to have someone willing.
The one thing I think Ryan could have done better too is go create it. Right?
Yeah, I love this argument.
Instead of just accepting your environment, change your environment.
Right, make it
create chaos.
Create chaos. Yeah. Go up to a guy and just start picking on him.
That's what Bennett and those guys do. It's like, God, if someone doesn't stand up to this guy, he's going to keep running into the goalie, keep running our D. He's after every whistle, he's in our bench.
Draw somebody out, right? Smoke somebody out. Embarrass them in their own building. Yeah. Chase them around a little bit, chirp them a little bit. I'm coming after you, and you better deal with me, or else I'm going after this guy. I'll
tell you what worries me.
Embarrass the other team.
He knows the Leafs don't have that. He's there tonight. He's looking to make a statement.
There's too many side deals, I think, for Ryan Reaves tonight against the Leafs. They're
does that
buddies.
not offend you?
He'll be devastated in his 6 minutes of ice time.
Feisty.
Yeah, listen, I've gone through it. I've been traded. I fought Scott Stevens in St. Louis, who was a teammate of mine for 3 years, and I'm just listening to the late Brian Murray tell us we're all, kissing his pinky ring, and I'm like, okay, I can't have that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, in terms of who is truly out there right now for him tonight, Ryan Reaves, the answer is nobody.
Nobody. So he, could do whatever he wants, but also for the Leafs, go play Ryan Reaves. Go ahead. So if he's just going to play 8 minutes of ineffective hockey with no dancing partner, great. Put him on the ice. Anyway, way too much time on Ryan Reaves.
But it's 20 minutes.
It's
he got his wish.
It's an interesting conversation for me. Anyways.
Well, it's a greater conversation about that role of player, I think, than that.
There was some talk about Tanev today about potential surgery.
What did they say?
Shot it down. You can listen to the clip.
Yeah.
Clip 1, Berube, clip 1, Derek.
No, not right now. I don't believe that's going to be an option right now. So just gotta be patient and wait for the results.
Because he was getting.
So he either is having an MRI or he's having another one. So it is 6 weeks, which I think is sufficient amount of time to know what you're truly dealing with. So it's good news if the results come back and it's like everything's settled down, and maybe if
bet you after Christmas.
I don't know what he needs, 10 days, 2 weeks.
I bet you it's Christmas.
Right?
4-day break there. Come back on the 27th or something. Well, I don't know if
Did he leave a window open when he said not right now?
Oh yeah. Is he having surgery?
Just a slight window.
He's not currently getting surgery.
Yeah, he's not right now.
Yeah.
Not right now. So there you go. That's on that.
Okay.
Do you guys want to talk about anything else here? Or do you want me to give you my red hot true or false questions?
I do want the true or false. Is it Celebrini or Matthew's clip?
We could listen to the Celebrini one. It's interesting, just about how Berube thinks about Celebrini. Clip 2, please.
Well, I mean, just about talent alone, right? Speed, skill, playmaking abilities, and kind of has a full package. But speed, and obviously he's a highly motivated player. I mean, that drives a lot of things for a lot of guys with a lot of talent.
So he's talking about motivated to make the Olympic team. Is that what he's making? That's what he's alluding to?
Yes. Can I tell you something fascinating as someone who is going on television and going to talk about this tonight? The Canadian scoring leaders, the top 10 scorers that are Canadian in the NHL, 7 of them were not on the Four Nations team. Talking about motivation, 7 guys are in the top 10 who are not on the Four Nations.
You have them?
Yes, I do.
Celebrini,
Yep.
Scheifele.
Yep. Bedard, Wyatt Johnston, Nick Suzuki, Morgan Geekie, Tom Wilson. Top 10.
Geeky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson's up there?
Yeah.
Wow.
T9, baby, 32 points.
Yeah.
The thing that I guess it worries me that the other guys aren't great, because I was saying today in making some arguments about how, these guys aren't playing for top 6. Top 6 is taken up by McKinnon, McDavid, Marner,
Reinhart.
Yeah, Reinhart. Are we sure we don't need to take a couple scorers? Like, there's a lot of, he needs to PK, he needs to this. Are we sure about that? That we don't need a little more scoring?
Celebrini will go, I think.
So Celebrini can go be.
And Tom Wilson's going.
I was not a Scheifele advocate.
Yeah.
I was a while back, and then I was like, I don't think it's going to work. I just got to make sure we've got enough scoring before you have to think about killing penalties.
I think, too.
You could just have a top 12.
Can be
instead
a
of just
little
the top 6.
overrated. Just 25, 30 games in, high scorers.
Yep.
And
I don't like Morgan Geekie's not
where the
on
majority of the points coming from. We know that there's a group of teams right now that you could find an argument to pile on points, right? Like, there's some weak links in this league that you can do well on points. I don't know if it's
Where's Braden Point? Where's Brandon Hagel? Where's some other guys that you thought were definite top 6 number? Even Reinhardt's doing okay.
But do you take a body of work over years and then go, he's had a bad stretch here for 2 months, 3.5 months.
No.
Right?
No, and we're not. We're going to take the right guys.
Yeah.
But I just think it's interesting to talk about motivation. It's clear that some of these guys have come in and tried to make a statement. I think my greater point is I would put Bedard on the team.
Okay. That's fair.
I am interested to watch Celebrini and Will Smith particularly, because I think their game East-West, right, is as good as any two in the league right now.
Yeah.
And how the Leafs are going to kind of handle that. Because they've done a nice job of taking the middle of the ice away again, which has been their strength for the last few years. And that'll be a bit of a challenge.
I'm looking forward to it too. Let's do true false.
I have a few of them. I probably won't be able to get to all of them. But this is my favorite one that I'm going to start with. True or false, Dennis Hildeby will make more starts for the rest of the year than Anthony Stolarz.
Great question.
Thank you.
Great question. False. I don't know when Stolarz is coming back. But, here's the only reason that's tempting is Hildeby can just go from now to the end of the year backing up whoever's not hurt between him and Wall.
True.
I think Stolarz is going to get healthy and be a tandem goalie from January on. So I'll say Stolarz.
I'll go true.
Hildeby's going to make more starts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
It's a great question, and there's a real case for it.
I just think it's incredibly strange that a guy can go from having his coach say, 3 weeks ago now? 2.5 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's officially gotten weird.
That
concussion or not. And we don't know that.
We expect him back later on in the week, and he hasn't been on the ice since.
Yeah, tests? Do we know? Is it the bone-on-bone thing? What are we talking about?
So
Hildeby
for you?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith right now in Stolarz coming back and being okay the rest of the year.
Archers, Akhtiamov, over under 4.5 starts.
Under.
Under?
I do think under. Because they said Wall's tracking well. He was taking shots at practice today. Maybe a full participant.
I think he gets 5 starts in 4 or 5 starts.
Akhtiamov does?
Yeah,
Double leg coming.
Oh, my God. All right.
Battery's ready.
We haven't seen Stolarz and Wall together yet.
It's crazy.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the same person.
True True or false? Okay, so this is if the Leafs make the playoffs. So let's just live in the world where the Leafs make the playoffs, okay? True or false? False. Troy Stecher is in the Leafs' top 4 when the playoffs roll around.
I want to be
false.
false. I want to be
false.
controversial, but
False.
You think he's there?
Why not? True.
One of my
I'm a card-carrying member of Troy's Boys.
One of my little bits for tonight is on McCabe Stecher, who's been phenomenal. 6 goals for and none against in their minutes together.
Yeah.
Playing D-zone starts.
6 goals for, none
Yeah,
against.
playing the best matchups, D-zone starts.
I think it's great what he's been able to do.
Here we go.
I
But
think it's swell.
Here we go.
7 teams in 10 years?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, 7 teams have wanted him. It's pretty good.
7 teams. And yet now he's going to become a guy that can play 20-plus minutes a night for the rest of the season.
He played 8 playoff games for the
What-
Western Conference champs last year.
But not playing 23 minutes a night.
No, that's true. They're missing their top 2 right-hand D. When they come back, we'll dial him back to 13, but he won't be top 4.
His career high in ice time for a season was 1826. Oh, sorry, 1834 in LA. In LA in the year 2021, 2022. That was in 13 games. So it wasn't a ton of time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So there you go.
13.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh,
that.
I'm lying. I'm just so bad at my job. In his first year, he had 1959. He was playing almost 20 minutes a night there.
In Vancouver.
Yeah, in Vancouver.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go. Really good.
What
at this.
year?
2016, 2017.
Okay.
1993.
Well, I mean, he's not like he's an old guy. He's only 31. He's in his prime.
All right. That's
I think
that's
it's very possible. I do. Like, what has he shown that it's just going to fall off a cliff? That's what I want. It's just because he's too small. He's never
the
done
thing
it.
he said about teams per year.
Okay.
His TPY is way too high.
I know, but like he's found a partner that he has a ton of chemistry with.
Yes.
Like,
6 other teams were wrong.
yeah.
Or he just feels like, yeah, this is the year that I get to put it all together now.
I think a lot of times teams come up against a thing where they're like, they have interchangeable guys. Do you want to give it to the 6'3" guy or Stecher? Do you want to give it to the guy we drafted or Stecher? Like, I don't know that he's been.
I don't know if there's going to be
anywhere.
another team that looks like the Florida Panthers of the last few years, but Chris Tanev got buried against the Florida Panthers team. I don't know what they're going to do to Stecher if he's out there 22 or 23 minutes.
They better find a way to get to the playoffs to figure that. Both teams. So for that to be an issue. True or false? The Leafs will still have possession of their 2028 first-round pick after the trade deadline.
Great question.
100% true.
Oh, my good gracious.
Oh, yeah. Nobody wants it.
The 2028 first.
Yeah. Nobody wants it.
Yeah, I see that.
It's not helping anybody
It's an ass.
who is going to think about trying to make the playoffs, which is now
Even
still
a rebuilding team
29
is like,
teams.
yeah. You know who would have wanted it? When Arizona was in like the depths of their, we're just tearing it down. Or, like the big rebuilds, and no one's doing that this
So
year.
if there is a trade out there that gives the Leafs a significant player, right?
Like Quinn Hughes?
That pick has to be better. I still haven't sneezed in 25 years of
Since you said
broadcasting.
that, I thought you'd sneeze the next day, and it's
I
been like 2
know.
years since you said it.
I
Look at
know.
a light. Will you
gotta-
directly look into a light?
I got a consequitive non-sneezing
This
record.
is Jerry's
that's
vomit
incredible.
streak. It's
is.
the
It's
black and
like
white cookie's going to lead to your undoing.
Okay,
What were we talking about?
I'm telling you that for the Leafs to move that pick, there has to be a team out there that has been shopping the same trade, and no one's willing to give them a first pick this June
Okay.
or next year. I got to wait 2028.
Or
Someone's gonna one up the Leafs pick in 2028 with
Or-
whatever they have now.
to Sam's point, they see the end of an era here,
Be a
sort of
top-
an empire in decline that
top 5
by
pick.
2028 could be trash.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a 2027 second or a 2028 first if you're one of these teams? Would you rather pick a year earlier or wait for the better
There
pick?
is nothing
Nothing.
that would interest me from the Toronto Maple Leafs right now on futures.
I had someone suggest a Willie Nylander in a Quinn Hughes trade today. You want Willie?
I'll get the Uber ready.
Remote start on my car, you can have it.
It's not enough for Vancouver, I don't think.
Yeah,
No, it
of course
was
not.
not even close.
It's not.
It's also
So hold
terrible.
on for a
He's 20
second.
We got to get going here.
But if the Leafs had like a couple of first rounders now and a Minton or maybe another one, you could make an argument for a Leaf trade with Vancouver, moving Morgan over there and bringing Quinn here. But it's
Morgan
just
and Ben
there's
Bamford.
just there's not enough. There's not enough around the basis of that to start anything.
Okay.
Before we go, it's Leafs game day, and you can score a Popeyes chicken sandwich for only $6 in classic or spicy. Make it your new game day tradition. Get your $6 sandwich at a Popeyes near you.
And I will.
All right, Kyper.
All right, let's take it to break, and when we return, Dan Boyle, former National Hockey Leaguer, Panthers, Lightning, Rangers, and of course, San Jose Sharks. We'll get his thoughts on power play
Oh, yeah.
as the Leafs sit, boys, today in the basement of the National Hockey League in power play.
Oh, great.
Well, it's not good.
On that note, back after these words. Welcome back to the program. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, and Sam McKee. The Leaf Hour edition of our show. Dan Boyle will join us momentarily. Pretty good player in his day.
Yeah. Understatement.
I'd say.
Yep. Olympian.
2010, he was on the team. Big part of it. 2006, I believe he was an alternate for them. So,
And now doing some work covering the San Jose Sharks.
correct.
You know, you could have retired somewhere not Toronto, eh? You could have just gone to San Jose. Like, that's the way to do it. Retire in Anaheim, LA. Couldn't have got yourself dealt out there at the end of the career? New York
Yeah.
City.
Then I'd have to get a real job, though, after.
Yeah, that's a good point. San Jose sounds pretty good,
Yeah. No,
And-
that's what it's appealing, though, to be a Toronto Maple Leaf and
Of course.
be in a position if you're not one of those guys that runs away when there's a microphone in your face, that you could find,
I guess you've
job.
parlayed that into a decent career.
Yes.
It's been some time.
Yeah. All right, let's welcome him in. Dan Boyle, former Panther, Lightning, Ranger, and of course, San Jose Shark. Dan, how are you, pal?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got the Sharks tonight. Couple of years ago, that would have been the last game I picked to go to. And
I don't blame you.
we're going tonight. Sam and I are going tonight, and we're excited, and it's for a couple of reasons, but the most important one is a guy named Celebrini here. So just in terms of what you've watched in that market and the transformation of a team that nobody really paid attention to the last little while to all of a sudden having one of the most exciting, dynamic players in the game.
Yeah, it's been tough to go to games. I mean, I live here now, and as part of the alumni group, to go to that building and see the fans, or the seats half empty for the last 4 or 5 years, it's been really, really tough to watch, especially with the team that we had when I played here, which was a cup contending team every year. It's been tough, but Celebrini is as good as a player as I've seen in 20 years.
Wow.
Obviously, Connor McDavid's been special. But he reminds me of a Sidney Crosby. He his work ethic, his attention to both sides of the rink. He's that good. He's that smart. He reminds me of playing a video game and doing things that, listen, guys in the NHL are obviously very good players, but he's that much better, and he's only 19, and he's doing things that I feel it's like video game. His hockey IQ is through the roof, and couldn't be more impressed with what he's doing.
You played with some pretty great hockey players, joining those
Yeah.
Team Canadas and all that. And so to be that impressed with him, I assume
Yeah.
you can see him, not just see him on Team Canada, but think he's deserving and should be there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, you got to, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have the best players play on Team Canada, because you have to fill certain spots. Your really offensive guy may not crack the team because there's so many offensive players. But I think with the way that he plays the game, I think he's one of those guys that you can play him on any of the four lines because he's so good offensively, but he's so responsible defensively. Power play, penalty kill. And not to say that this is an old team, but if some of the older guys aren't going, he's young and fresh legs. He can go anywhere up and down the lineup. So he's, in my opinion, he should be on that team. And from what I've seen, he's going to be one of the better players on that team, I would think.
Yeah, we're starting. I don't know if there's a little bit of a lull now with the San Jose Sharks in terms of losing 3 out of 4. Is the risk now putting too much on his shoulders? There's Will Smith, of course, that we're going to be awfully excited to watch here. But is there a chance that this guy can start feeling it halfway through the season where it's like, if I don't score 3 points, we don't win?
I don't know him personally. I don't see that. From what I see we're talking from my couch and from the rafters or when I'm doing TV for the Sharks or radio. I think he looks like he has the DNA and he looks like he's cut from a cloth where I think he can get through anything. I think you can, again, this is just the eye test, but I feel like he's a player that, his work ethic is so strong and his will to win is so strong. And yes, I think as being an offensive player, I think that's going to get to you. I know for, any of us where we were supposed to score and didn't, it'll get to us, but they're ahead of schedule, man. I didn't have them in the playoff race for at least another 2 years. And now people are starting to talk about possibly a playoff position this year. I still think it's a little too early for that, but they're ahead of schedule. And I think from what I've seen, at least from the eye test, I don't think this is too much on. I didn't want a C on him, which was the talk, in the summer. Should we put a C on him? I think that was a little too early. But besides that, I don't think anything's too much for this kid.
Dan, I want to get your sense for when you were playing and they were picking Team Canada. I don't remember at the time how close it may have been for you to be on the team or off the team, but to know how much you followed that and tracked the other guys who may be playing for those spots. I imagine if when you all get to the room for the first time and you've made the team, it's like getting a life raft on a capsized boat. You've all survived. You're all there. It has to be quite the feeling to make it.
Well, I've had a couple weird experiences. I had an experience in 2006 where I was at the top of my game in Tampa. I felt I should have been on the team.
Yep.
And I was named as an alternate. They went with the team they had in the World Cup, I want to say in 2004, which was a little bit of an older team. And then we went out to Torino and had a terrible showing. It just the bigger ice surface. The team.
Not like you could help there with your skating or anything.
I was dying. I was chomping at the bit, but never got to play. So that's one of those where I felt like I should have been on the team, but I wasn't. So then when 2010 came around, it was the same kind of situation where I felt where I should have been on the team, but I didn't pay a ton of attention to it. Because I knew I was setting myself up to be disappointed again. So I was kind of like I just didn't keep an eye on anyone else or anything like that. It was like, hey, if they don't pick me again, then so be it. But I was, because of 2006, I wasn't setting myself for disappointment.
Did you have some idea of who you were competing against? And I know you said you didn't watch anybody, but I got to imagine for some guys, it's like scoreboard watching a playoff game,
Yeah, I was an offensive defenseman, right? So I wasn't going to compare myself to, it wasn't me or Chris Pronger,
Yeah.
Chris Pronger was going to be on the team. I knew Scott Niedermayer was going to be on the team at the time. So I felt I was an offensive D-man. I think, they ended up picking myself, Doughty, and Duncan Keith and then Niedermayer, if you will. Shea Weber, but as far as the offensive role, the rover type role, Scott Niedermayer wasn't going anywhere. So I knew there were a few spots open, but, I really, really tried not to overthink it. Yeah. I felt my play. If they were going to keep me off that 2010 team, then I don't know what else I could have done.
Yeah.
I had great seasons in 2006 and in 10, and it was just in their hands at that point.
For sure. So when you look at the way they're constructing the team now, there's a lot of talk about guys, not just Celebrini, but like Bedard is 4th in the league in scoring, and a lot of people are going, yeah, but he doesn't kill penalties and there's not room in the top 6, but he's got 40 points and, he's kind of tearing it up. Do you believe that, hey, we got to take these top guys, take a guy like Bedard or Scheifele, or do you think it's like, hey, we need some penalty killing guys. We need Tom Wilson. You need Suzuki.
I think it's positioning. I do. And who am I? I'm just an opinion. I think you also can't live in the past. I think going back to that 2004, 2006 team, I think they took the exact same team from 2 years ago, and it didn't do as well. So I think you need to live in the present, not live on what you did, 2 years ago, I guess, because, possibly. But no, I think you got to go for positions. I think that's what I was saying earlier, where I think with Macklin, I think he can fit anywhere up and down the lineup, whereas Bedard, although I don't watch him play every night or almost ever, only on a highlight reel, sounds like he's a little bit more offensive oriented and may not fare as well on a third or fourth line. Mm-hmm. So I think you need to build your team accordingly, because you are going to need a checking line against other teams' top lines, even in the Olympic format.
You're watching and listening to Dan Boyle, who now covers the San Jose Sharks closely here as we get set for game night here with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Dan, over 1,000 games, you've seen some pretty good power plays in your heyday with the likes of Marty St. Louis and Joe Thornton, Pavelski. Here in Toronto, we've got the likes of a Matthews and a Nylander right now sporting the worst power play in the National Hockey League, sitting all alone in last place with a 13.7. When power plays weren't going right, on some of your respective teams, where do you look first? What do you think is the first thing a struggling power play should try to do if you're going to give advice to the Leafs?
As much as I hate to say this, because I was never a simple kind of a guy, I was always more complicated. I think you do have to simplify. I know in Tampa, we had Vinny and Richie and Marty and myself. Torts would always tell us he wanted the first play. So he wanted like a down low stuff play to Andrechuk, and then the rest of the power play was kind of on us. So it would kind of force us to do something which was simple, and then allow us to kind of do our thing. And then in San Jose for 6 years, we had a shot mentality thing. When things weren't going well, it was just something as simple as with all these Hall of Famers we had on that power play. It was just a matter of getting shots through, which sounds kind of freaking boring. We want to make the backdoor plays. We have the guys to do that. But when things weren't going well, it was shot volume. Shoot 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots on a power play, even though they may be sometimes a muffin, maybe a muffin from the point, or, you're getting some grade B or not some great looks. Shot, if you can throw 6, 7, 8 shots a net per power play, you're going to improve your chances. And then eventually 1 or 2 will go in, and then you can go back to relying on who the skilled players are on that team and making little prettier plays, if you will.
I like that. Give me the first play sort of thing. It's like establishing the run in football. It's just like make them think about something.
Yeah, he was big on that. He wanted a down low play, and then whoever was side of the net, just stuff it, crash, and I'm sure teams were watching videos and were probably taking it away, but he still wanted it. Mm. So that was him having his say, and then allowing us to have our say, and it was kind of a good compromise, I guess.
Do you remember at least having decent looks when you had it at the top? Or I'm watching so many guys struggle to shoot the puck without it hitting 8 shin pads. We know what block shots are today. Were block shots as prevalent as they are today for you back then?
I think they became. In the early 2000s or mid 2000s, they became a thing where teams. That's when I felt like it started. Whereas maybe not when my rookie year in like 99, that wasn't kind of so much of a thing. But I would say by the mid 2000s and 2010 on, teams are just sacrificing their bodies. And that's when the Sedins were big at the high tip. Yeah. That became a staple of our art. For me, I had a lot of weapons with me, but I was always constantly shooting off the side of the net, high tips, not so much at the net.
Hey, Dan, great stuff, man. Really appreciate your time. We'll enjoy watching the game tonight, and we'll have you on again real soon.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate
it. That is Dan Boyle, over 1,000 games.
Over 1,000 games, over 600 points.
And plenty of power play experience.
Yes, a defenseman, 600 points.
We had Vincent LeCavalier, Brad Richards,
St. Louis. And then he goes to San Jose. We had Marleau, Thornton, Couture,
Andrew Chuck in front of the net.
The greatest tip guy
actually.
in the history of the game.
And you're going, yeah, like, did he have lanes? It's like, he made lanes. He was Dan Boyle.
Yeah.
Like, see you later. He had options and weapons. Leafs got none of that.
Boys,
They could use the Boyle tonight.
no, dead last power play.
32nd in the NHL today. As of
Did the Kings
December
shoot one
11th.
3 point.
Did the Kings shoot one in on the power play to go past them?
13.7.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Like
We
if they
suck.
were 15th to 18th, we'd be going, yeah,
Gotta
they
get it
got to get
going.
the power play
They
going.
do.
Yeah.
You can't be 15.
What is dead last?
Dead last is like, we're Calgary. Our top scorer has 60 points per year. We don't have the horses to make plays. Keep it simple. Dead last should not be. We have a historically great goal scorer, 100-point forward. Morgan Riley's on pace for 60 points this year. It's not like he can't make a play.
It's amazing. It's 60 without a power play
He's
going.
on. Him and Ekman Larson both have 16 5-on-5 points, which is tied or in the top 5 in the NHL among D-men.
Yeah.
Like, both of them are producing at 5-on-5 at a great clip, and both have 3 power play points.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's not good.
Who wants
Mind-boggling, isn't it?
Who wants to win a bunch of cash while doing the best thing this holiday season? Sportsnet 590 The Fan is all in supporting the 50-50 fortune for sick kids. It's a 50-50, so the more money we raise, the more kids we can help, and the more holiday cash you can win. The current take-home prize, is over $409,000, boys.
Wow.
Buy your ticket at 5050fortune.ca or text the word money to 590-590 and we'll send the link right to your phone. 18 plus, please play responsibly. Standard message and data rates may apply. Lottery license RAF 1518410. 409.
That's the money.
Oof,
Change your day
that would help.
and several other days.
Maybe I'll be able to afford a couple beers at Scotiabank Arena with that money tonight.
22 a pop.
All right. Leafs on a bit of a roll, but
Gotta win tonight.
you got to take these points.
Gotta win tonight.
It's really hard when
It's
you
must
watch
winning these December
when you
games.
watch like other teams continue to get points
Yeah.
above you.
I shouldn't must win these December games. but I-
Don't. It's
but-
because it devalues the real meaning of the words.
But I think that when you look at the rest of their December schedule, that they're it's a mix between really good and mid, and you got to beat the kind of mid to bad teams. Like they have this game tonight. I believe they have Nashville still, but they also have Dallas and Edmonton, and there's some good teams mixed in there. So this is a game where you got to find a way to get 2 points.
You
Gotta-
need 4-6 for me, anyways. Coming up.
Yeah.
I do hope we see Celebrini score a sweet goal, though.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I
He
do.
doesn't-
In a 1-0
Oh,
loss for your Maple Leafs.
No.
You're okay with that?
No, I wouldn't like that.
you guys
Okay,
got to look
then-
at their cap sheet for next year. They got 7 forwards under contract, and it's mostly the young kids, Couture, who you're not playing, and 2D. 2D are under contract, Orlov and Ryan Ellis. There's no other D under contract. They can do whatever they want this summer. They have the salary cap.
Wow, good thing there's such a huge free agent class with all these
their
great
UFAs
players.
are like Klingberg, Leddy, Mario Ferraro, Lilligren, Desharnais.
There
None
is-
of them have contracts, not one.
Klinger, I forgot about Klinger on them.
UFA is Wenberg, Jeff Skinner's at UFA, Ryan Reaves UFA. They got 4 guys who are RFAs. They got no one under contract.
You think they'll re-sign Ryan Reaves?
Except they're good players
He's been
under
so
contract.
good this year.
I do not.
He's back.
As long as he makes Celebrini feel good, that's all that matters.
Yep. He's back.
Our thanks to Dan Boyle.
That's good.
Yeah, he was great. All right. Edzo. Eddie Olczyk. All he ever wants is a chance.
Give him one.
TNT analyst, former National Hockey Leaguer, and my teammate in New York. Coming up next when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. Did he change the jersey?
He did.
Wow.
To Lord knows what. Look at that sweater.
What a start to the National Hour on the Real Kyper and Bourne show. And Sammy remembers to change a jersey.
It was, that's the very jersey that I famously flew down the wing and went backhand top corner to win our very important game at the Easter Seals tournament with Eric Lindros. So that's what I put up there. I enshrined it.
You wore 97.
Did you ask to wear 97?
No, it was the last one.
The code.
Nobody else wanted to touch it.
No, it was the last jersey.
Way to go, bud.
I wore number 4.
What a hero.
I wore number 4.
He did live up to it, though. 5 points.
Not bad, eh?
Right.
Wherever you're watching, listening, live on Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, 960 in Calgary, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. We're happy you're joining us. You can always download us as well on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. This hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, our very own Sammy McKee, Eddie Olczyk, TNT, former National Hockey Leaguer, will join us momentarily as we try to figure out what the heck's going on in your NHL standings.
I have a quick thought before we get to Eddie that I want to run past you guys. Because we just had Dan Boyle on, and we were talking in our Leafs Hour. If you want to catch the podcast, if you were listening now.
Yeah, he was good.
We were talking about some Hockey Canada stuff and, going to the Olympics, and it naturally got me thinking about the rink and how every day I have to hear about, well, if it's ready. Like, they were willing to, like, send, they have these rinks that they put together for, these outdoor games and all these different things. And it's like, they'll force feed the NHLers to those ones. But as soon as it's not perfectly and it's at the Olympic thing, it's like, they sent him to Lake Tahoe and it was like mushy.
It's all bluff.
It's just,
the NHL's
they're
going.
They're
pressuring them.
I know, but it's just like, you don't have to say it every day. People are really excited about this. And it's like the Board of Governors meeting. Every article in sportsnet.ca, well, if the ice is ready, I don't know if the ice is ready. It's like you sent him to a pool in Lake Tahoe, but now it's like, it's not good enough for them.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
I think, we saw Gary Bettman and Bill Daly in Winnipeg, right? With talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a sense that we're not really thrilled about doing this, but we're doing it because that's what the players
exactly
want.
But
that's
I
what
also
pisses
feel
me
like
off about
that's
it.
negotiating with the players, like to make it a thing that they're being given rather than something that Daly and Bettman should acknowledge. This is good for hockey, for the NHL, and for
I think
global interest.
I think a lot of people thought that 20 years ago. I don't think it's hard to really.
Okay, so you're on the league side.
Definitely.
You're on the league side.
Look at
you
this
can't
and
measure
go.
it. Hold on. You just said the last hour telling me that you can't measure Ryan Reaves' value. You can't measure the global impact of it being the most important event at the Olympics.
I don't know. Maybe there is data out there to find out where I don't know what Gary said at the meeting, $6.7 billion. Like, get the forensic team out there and figure out where the dollars are coming from. And can you definitely look at the Olympics and say it's grown us?
No, but you might be able to say, hey, Germany wasn't this good or Switzerland wasn't this good.
This is what I know for sure.
I shouldn't have brought this
When
up.
you guys were in diapers.
Kyper League over here. It's Mr.
Listen,
League.
When you guys were in
Holy
diapers
smokes.
in 1998, it was about growing the game and how great this is going to be to grow the game. We're in the year 2025. We're still hearing the same thing. This will be great to grow the game.
My point is,
when do we stop growing?
The
And
league's
it's
twice
just
as big as it was when you were playing. It's grown. It's growing.
my point was that if they were doing their precious little World Cup in Milan, they'd be sending them there if the
Playing them
ice
on gravel.
it wasn't frozen yet. They'd be sending them. Like they would be
Eddie
like.
Olczyk.
Anyway, sorry. It drives me crazy.
help me here. Hockey analyst with TNT and former National Hockey Leaguer and one of the good guys in the game. Edzo. Okay. How many more years do we have to say that this is going to really help grow the game? How many more years do we need?
Well, I think Kyper, first off, Bourne, Sammy, nice to be with you guys. And
You as well,
always,
friend.
always great to see you guys. All I know is that as you get older, things shrink. So I don't know about growing the game. I mean, I hear there's medicine for that kind of stuff, Kyper. So I think you should maybe get on the blower there and work on that. So look at, I think you always grow the game. I mean, I don't think that will ever stop, Kyper, to be quite honest with you. I think you're always trying to reach new fans in different ways. And, you always have to assume that our game, and I think we're a lot biased here, right? I think we feel like we have the greatest game in the world, and we need more people, especially down here in the States, to be able to tune in. And now if we can get more eyeballs on the Olympics because of, what happened last year at the Four Nations and obviously the big rivalry, between Canada and the U.S., maybe that'll be, maybe that'll be a positive going into the Olympics. Now, a lot of people may not know the rules are a little bit different when it comes to Olympic competition than it is and when the National Hockey League and the Players Association have their hands on it. And we saw what happened last year. So for me, I think you're right. It's always, that has always been the catchphrase. But I don't think that you ever stop growing the game, because I think if you feel like you have, or you don't try certain things, or maybe open up the door to certain areas, then, maybe it just plateaus.
Okay, but we do get the feeling that Gary Bettman is, as the commissioner of the league, is still, it seems more of a favor to the players than his philosophy of this is really going to put us over the top.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that, with what he has said and how he has said it, people could certainly read into it a lot of different ways. Yeah, the players, very adamant. I mean, you look at the CBA, and not going through it with a fine tooth comb, but I'll be honest with you, Kyper and Bourne, I was a little bit surprised that maybe the players weren't fighting for some of that expansion money that's going to come in here in the next couple of years. I mean, I only can speak to what I lived as a player, and Kyper, obviously, I mean, we're in that range of the time that we played together. Is that, I mean, I kind of thought that maybe the players would have fought a little bit harder for that. But again, it's all about give and take, and it's no different from the National Hockey League. The players wanted to play in the Olympics, and some of them have never gotten that opportunity for whatever reason, and here we are. So I think you should just pipe down a little bit on being worried about what the commissioners say.
Okay.
I also think that.
No,
that
I'm a little bit on the commissioner's side.
But here's why the commissioner needs to position.
Well,
it
he's
that
worried.
way.
Look, he's worried about the National Hockey League. I mean, at the end of the day, right? I mean, he works.
Yeah.
He works for the owners. He runs the National Hockey League. He works for the owners, and he's worried about, I mean, really, at the end of the day, he's worried about one thing, and that's getting these guys over there safely. Him and Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly, getting them over there to play, the ice, all that kind of stuff, get them home safely, and then get them back to the National Hockey League.
He pulled it off.
That's the way it is.
He pulled off a Four Nations. Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
What do I need you guys for, to build me a rink that you'll be lucky to get $1 pleasure skating after we're out of here?
But it's also, if Bettman was out there and he said, this is great for the growth of the game, we love this as the NHL, it wouldn't be a concession that they get to trade. By making it something they don't want to do, they get to concede to the player, okay, you don't get expansion money, but we'll concede and let you guys go to the Olympics. It becomes a chip for the owners. So I feel like that's why they position it the way they do. One thing I wanted to ask you, Edzo, is in terms of growth of the game, the growth of the American game in particular has exploded. You yourself played at the Olympics in 1984, and now you see where it is. I did the U.S. lineup the other day. I think they're the favorites. Can you believe how far that's all come?
Can I believe it? I can. I think that we've gotten to a point, we being, Team USA, and being alum, as you mentioned, Bourne, of the depth, and always knowing that Canada, who has always been and always will be our greatest rival, let's just make it perfectly clear on that, that we could probably put two teams together and be really, really, really competitive. And that's the growth. And that's when you look at the depth of American-born hockey players and see how far it's come. Because for Canada, I mean, obviously, you could always say at any of the tournaments. I mean, I was lucky to play in the Canada Cups back in the, in the 80s and in the early 90s. Canada could always, put together two full teams and sit there and say, yeah, both those teams would have a chance to win a Canada Cup or to win a world championship or whatever it might be. So I think that's probably the greatest compliment, is that the depth at every position, the star quality that you have, the different type of players that you have, that's where it's really come a long way. And you got players coming from all over. I mean, obviously right there in Toronto with Austin Matthews, a kid that grew up in Arizona and has become one of the great goal scorers of this time. So I think it's just it's great. It's great to see. And when you look at the numbers of American-born players playing in a National Hockey League, it is the graph or the chart has gone up dramatically when you think about where it was just some 25 years ago.
You're watching and listening to Eddie Olczyk, hockey analyst, TNT, former National Hockey Leaguer, and sole copyright owner of
Kyper.
Heave Ho.
Hey, Kyper.
Yeah, buddy.
Kyper. I saw you guys. I was traveling, and I saw you guys, and you had your video there of you skating around there, playing in a tournament or something. There,
it was for Easter Seals. We raised some money. Yeah. We did put the video on our show.
Yeah, I saw it.
And no, not only did you see it, you texted me like 10 seconds later. Yeah, not only did you see it, you're giving us shots.
No, it wasn't a shot. I just thought that maybe could have sped up the video.
We run this at 1.3 speed.
Yeah.
That's about the pace of play.
Bourne and Sammy, I got to tell you, when I saw Kyper out there, he had the hips going, he had the shoulders going. I don't think
Greek
he had
ass.
shoulder pads on. Because back in the day, believe it or not, well, I should say believe it or not, because back in the day, anything really was a go. There were times when, guys just were like, nah, you know what? I'm not going to wear shoulder pads for practice. So when I saw Kyper, I'm like, yeah, I've seen that look before. I've seen that look.
Hold on. You guys actually wore no shoulder pads in practice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Till Kip started running into people in the drills and ruined it for everyone.
No, Dick Todd used to run into people.
Yeah. Hey, Barney. When Kyper would get to the front of the line there, he was like, here's the line. It's like one of these things just doesn't belong there, right? It was Mess, Leach, Kovalev, Kypreos, Kyper.
No.
If you don't know, don't go. If you don't know, don't go. Get back to the line here with us other stiffs. Okay? You're not supposed to
if you don't know, don't go is a great practice
fake
line.
it until you make it.
Yeah.
It never really worked for me.
Hey, it works for me now. I'm just going to tell you that.
Good. All right, on this side of the ocean, are you surprised mid-December that we've seen such a small gap between top and bottom teams right now in the league?
What do you mean?
I mean, the standings and how tight they are. I mean,
no,
is this...
No, not at all.
Is it closer than it's been in the past? Usually we see a little bit more separation by Christmas. No?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, look, I think because of how close the league is and all the 3-point games, I think that certainly has a lot to do it. There have been a lot of injuries, so I think that has helped some. It's helped some teams maybe get up a little bit more than maybe there would be as if there was, more time for practice and more time for rest. And we know that that's not the case this year. And that's just a hand that's been dealt. But I think that the separation is much more difficult because, how good teams are and the depth of the National Hockey League. So, Colorado and, for as great and as awesome as Colorado has been, they just kind of look over their shoulder and they see, Dallas, all Dallas has got to do is win a game and tie a game, and all of a sudden they're tied at the very top of the National Hockey League. I mean, Dallas, I think if you would ask people, that follow the game, if you'd ask them, who's right in behind Colorado when it comes to points and wins and all those type of things. When I saw that about maybe 6 or 7 days ago, I just kind of took me, I don't want to say it took me by surprise, but I was just sitting there and was like, wow, man, they've really, really played well. And Jason Robertson, nobody's been hotter scoring goals in the National Hockey League. So I'm not really surprised, Kyper and Bourne, but at the end of the day, it's the best league in the world, and you just got to get in. It doesn't matter. Just give yourself to get in. Hey, if I can, if I could jump in there, because I know, Kipper, you got your agenda and you got your notes and your paper and all that kind of stuff. If I could just jump,
Enzo, I'm a
if
pro.
I could just, yeah, well, you got crayons there. I know that. So let me, if I can, I don't know where this all, kind of started, but I don't know why people have thought or are thinking that Kyle Connor is a bubble guy for Team USA. It was a mistake not to play him in the championship game last year. I don't think there's any doubt about it, especially when you think about Matthew Tkachuk was 50-50 to play, and he was less than that to finish the game, considering the guy was playing on a half a leg. Chris Kreider, I mean, there wasn't a lot of confidence with Chris Kreider. So Kyle Connor, to me, what is he, a top 15 scorer, top 12 scorer in the National Hockey League right now?
Yeah.
He absolutely, I mean, he's not a bubble guy. Now, for what it's worth, he ain't no bubble guy on my team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not a chance in hell that he doesn't make this team. And what would have happened? Again, it's fair. What happens if he is in that game? He's the type of player that needs how many chances to score a goal? He needs one chance. Right. One chance. And he has scored and made plays and stuff. So I don't know where that all started. Now, I get it. The guy gets scratched. I understand that. Now, look I don't believe in the people that I've talked to. I don't think he was hurt. Maybe his feelings were hurt after the fact, but right. I thought that was a miss for Team USA for sure. And I would be absolutely shocked and stunned if he's not on that team and he's not playing a huge part, because he is a game breaker. Does he? All players. There are very few players that are perfect. A lot of them have blemishes. Kyle Connor isn't a perfect player, but you know what? I'd want him on my team, and I would be just stunned if he's not playing for Team USA.
While we're talking about this, let me give you my changes. I did a U.S. roster yesterday. I would be taking out Kreider, Trocheck, and Nelson, and I would be adding Caulfield, Knies, Robertson, and Cutter Gauthier. How do you feel about what I've done there? I know that's a lot to take in all at once.
Nelson and the Island? Brock Nelson?
For Colorado?
Or Colorado, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a former Islander.
You think he's
I think he's good.
Him?
I think he's really good. He's having a great year.
Definitely good player.
Let me ask you this, Bourne. Yeah. What about a guy like Tage Thompson?
Yeah, super tough to keep him off, right? All he does is score goals. I don't know, looking at the roster there, do you want him more than maybe Cole Caulfield, just based a little bigger body, whatever? Caulfield terrifies me. Rooting for the Canadians, Caulfield, every time he touches the puck, he's scary in big moments.
Oh, he's in the mix, obviously. Yeah. I think it all depends. Look, I can't argue. Trocheck, to me, he's a gamer. Mm. He can play wing, he can play center. You can play him in a matchup type situation. You do have some big bodies, so he would be a guy that, for me, I would be really hard pressed to think that he's on the outside looking in.
Really?
I had mentioned Knies, earlier in the year for Team USA. So I think that there's every possibility. And what kind of team are you looking for, and how healthy are the guys that maybe that are banged up right now, and counting on them to be there. And then also on the back end too. Team USA didn't have Quentin Hughes back last year. So who's going to end up coming out? I don't know what Fox's situation is right now, but it's going to be interesting. And I think too, and I should know this because I'm going to be working for NBC down here in the States, is that the actual game rosters are a little bit larger than they are in the National Hockey League. I think there's at least one extra skater, maybe two.
25.
Is that right, Morty?
One on each side, one extra forward, one extra D.
Okay, yeah.
It's a total roster of 25.
So you can trust 20 skaters in a game now. So like that gives you, if you want to, if you think a guy's unbelievable in a shootout or you need somebody in an overtime or whatever, yeah, sure, Caulfield, why not? I mean, so I can't argue with the guys you mentioned because they would all be on my team, but you can't have everybody. And we go back to what you guys asked me initially. That's a great problem to have for the red, white, and blue.
Listen, I know you're doing the American thing with Bob Costas and Al Michaels and I don't know who else.
Riding an eagle and eating apple pie.
Exactly, with NBC. But, we're Canada up here.
You know what? I'm going to cut you off right there. You know what? First off, I didn't hear you complaining for how many years did you play in the league? How many years? 14, 15 years?
No, eight and change.
But you played a lot in the States, did you not?
Yeah, most of the time, yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear you complaining about making the U.S. dollar all those years. I didn't hear
the U.S. dollar
right now.
You weren't complaining about the tax system.
No, they were pretty good to me over my years. Yeah.
Yeah, I could make a couple of other comments, but I'll call you personally and tell you those directly what I kind of think to elaborate on that.
Okay,
he got quiet.
As I was going to ask you, is here in Canada, would you put Tom Wilson in the same class as Kyle Connor in no-brainer for Canada?
I thought Tom Wilson for Four Nations last year. And I continue looking. He would be if somebody was asking. Yes, I would have him on. I would have him on Team Canada. Yes, I would.
Yeah, it feels like that's consensus. Also, you mentioned like someone's got to kill penalties. Someone's got to be out there protecting the lead. He can do all those sort of things. So,
and a guy can bounce up. You got to find. And again, it's such a short window. We understand this, and there's only so much time. But I think Bourne, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like I think that's you have a guy that could play with a player, and then he could go ahead and play with C or D player, and then if you need a penalty kill or you need a jolt or an energy, you don't have to tell a guy like Tom Wilson, like, you know what, we got to change the momentum of this hockey game, and he knows that. So I know Canada won, and they got plenty of options there. I know that, but I thought last year, I thought Adam Lowry last year, would have been an interesting dynamic, for Canada in the Four Nations as far as the NHL style and NHL type of tournament.
Yeah. And so last one for me, we're talking about the Olympics, and that's in February. There's going to be a break in the season. I wanted to get your thoughts on Christmas and if there's any effect on players around this time of year where maybe you start getting distracted or looking ahead or whatever. I know as a player, I was usually traveling back home and it was on my mind. Did you ever find in the NHL that this started to have an effect on the games at all?
I mean, I don't know on the effect. I think as you get a little bit older and if you have family and if you have kids and, you got people traveling in, I think it as you get older, you realize that how important it is to have, people around at that time of year. And I think when you're younger, I think honestly, Bourne, I think it's just this. It's like, I don't need to know about who's coming in, and I'm not worried about getting to the airport before I go to practice and all that. It's just like, so I think, selfishly when you're younger, I think you tune everything out. But as you get a little bit older and you get experience and you have family, you kind of put everything in perspective. So I don't think so. I mean, I think the players, I think they're very comfortable and not, not sitting there, in between periods, thinking about, I got to get to the airport at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning for whatever. And I'll actually be in Toronto for what's that game at the Leafs are playing the Penguins, right? The 23rd. Is that the 23rd game?
23rd, 4 p.m.
23rd. Yeah, I'm coming in for that game. I'll be doing that game for TNT, Kyper. I know you want to start dropping other names now on TNT before you.
I can't keep track of all your U.S. networks.
I did just want to, before we let you go, say how cool it was to see you surprise your son, Nick, on air at the game on Hockey Fights Cancer Night. I cried watching it. That was really cool. And so obviously you guys got a close family. Hopefully you get to be together at Christmas. That was a special moment.
I appreciate it, Bourne. Yeah, the Mammoth reached out, and Craig Amazine there, the man in charge of broadcasting, who I've known for a long, long time, kind of wanted to set it up, and I was able to get the weekend off and to see Nick. I'll be honest with you, because the timing was perfect, because he was talking about me and my battle, and all of a sudden I kind of walked into the shot, and the way that he looked at me, the only way I can explain it was he was talking about me, and all of a sudden I'm walking towards him, and Kim Beckert, his partner on TV, and he looks at me, and the only way I could describe it is he looked at me and was like, "Boy, this guy looks like my dad."
Yeah.
and then he, and then obviously he lost it. So it was great, and
touching.
Another great job by the National Hockey League and its Players Association, of all of our great fans for celebrating, I think, the greatest initiative in the National Hockey League. So very proud to have been there. So thanks for that, Bourne. I appreciate it.
Edzo, besides you ripping me, I love having you on the show.
And I love you, Kip.
All right. Eddie
Thanks,
Olczyk,
Sandy.
everybody.
Appreciate you, buddy.
TNT and one of the good ones in our game.
That was awesome.
That was fun.
That's awesome.
These,
The best.
buddy, I can't tell you how hard we laughed. I was only with
hard
him
over here.
fairly, a couple of years, short seasons, but winning a Stanley Cup with that guy was a blast.
It's pretty cool. I, just to confirm, he played on the Olympic team. We're coming on. There's a jam this in the Google machine. And it mentioned that he played on what they called the diaper line in 1984 in the Olympic team with Pat LaFontaine, I believe.
Yeah.
And I forget who the other guy was.
Because they stunk?
So I wish you were here to defend yourself. Because they were young. They were children.
I get the connection
They
now.
were little fellas.
I'm just thinking about a very soiled diaper.
No, because he was good enough to represent his country at like 19 or something.
God,
like that.
I
I
wish
don't know how old he was.
I wish he stayed on the line long enough for me to
That'll get back.
hear me say that.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if he's like our guest tomorrow, Doug McLean, who hangs out
Loiters
until,
on the line to listen for slander.
No.
until 6 o'clock to make sure.
Edzo has a life.
But remember the one time we had Mac on, and then we said something, and they were like, "Is he still there?" He's like, "Yep." And then he came
Just
right
in your
back.
ear.
It's like the end of the Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where he's in the shower and he's like, "You're still here? Go home.
Go home.
Go home."
That's essentially.
Bueller.
Game time.
Game time.
It's Game Time, presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. So you were mentioning with Edzo, and you offended me deeply, saying that the USA would be the favorites at the Winter Olympics for hockey in the men's side.
I bet you I'm right.
I would bet you're not. The Canadian,
Nothing changed in a year.
But it's good for your article.
for sure.
That would help.
But I mean, listen, it's close. So these are listed as the favorites. Canada is the favorite at plus 140. USA right behind them at plus 200.
Well,
Goes
that's
down
a
to
pretty big jump.
Sweden at plus 500. Finland at plus 800. Czechia 12-1. Switzerland 18-1.
I
Germany
don't hate that
66-1.
Sweden plus 500.
It's not an awful number at all. And I mean, the thing that's exciting about this is we had best on best hockey, right? Where it was the four teams, it was the four nations. But Czechia is not a pushover. Like they've got great players, and it's going to be nice to see Draisaitl. Yeah,
Dry.
it'd be great to watch them lose 6-2 to Canada. Where
Reinbacher
Draisaitl,
playing. I assume he's German. I don't know.
So, I do agree with you though that I'm surprised that Bet365 doesn't have the States as a favorite because of the way the roster looks and like all the momentum around them. But yeah, Canada still the favorite at plus 140 on Bet365. Some of the action on the ice tonight. I thought about looking at a Ryan Reaves goal for the Leafs, but I don't even know if they have it posted.
Throw your money away.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm just seeing what the number is, see if they even have it posted.
There's no chance there's a Ryan Reaves number to score.
It's not posted. They do have. Oh, they do. Yeah, it's 11-1.
Come on.
They also have Henry Thrun against his former team at 12-1. If you want to bet on that.
Ooh.
But how about
Run had some numbers.
How about
coming
a
up.
John Klingberg goal tonight? There's some former guys, Lilligren. So there's some.
Lily's the one I want.
Lilligren.
The lily pad
he has
for
worse
2 points.
worse odds to score a goal. He's 10-1. We're going tonight. I feel like it's a night tonight that the Stars are going to shine. Give me a Austin Matthews and Macklin Celebrini to score
Ooh, I
parlay
like that.
at plus 430. So there you go.
That's a good one.
And that was Game Time, presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. Hey, quickly before we go, I got an email from Golf Canada today, and they did my golf year.
Yes.
So they send you all your stats or whatever. It's unbelievable.
It's a very, very cool feature.
So I sent out a tweet about it, and some guy tweeted me. I forget the guy's name. He had 166 rounds played. How do you play 166 rounds of golf one year? Is that 36 holes?
He lives in Florida.
36 holes a day, 8 days a week? That's so many rounds of golf. Anyways, shout out Golf Canada. It's really cool. I love it. Made one eagle all year. 45 birds. 45
Not
birds.
bad.
There you go.
Not bad.
Wonder what the odds are. Jacob Fowler, who was making his NHL debut for the Montreal Canadiens, to pitch a shutout tonight.
That's a good one.
It's going to be an interesting scenario. We're gonna go to break. I want to get your thoughts on if this is a good move by the Canadiens or a desperate move by the Canadiens.
A year ago, roughly, they called up Dobish.
Yeah.
Dobish got a shutout in his first game, and I believe he won 5 straight after that, and the Canadiens launched their playoff bid.
To record a shutout tonight, Jacob Fowler is plus 1,400. So there you go. There's
wow.
There you go.
Big number.
Okay. Also, after the break, we'll get into more Quinn Hughes. That name isn't going isn't disappearing from the talk shows now.
Those talk shows.
Now talk shows, podcasts. Now it's the head coach weighing in on it, which we never hear before. So let's get some sound of Adam Foote when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. As a reminder, this hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365, Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy.
Did you want to read Simmer's text to us?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I really love this. So we were talking with Edzo about how sometimes you guys would wear no shoulder pads in practice, which hilarious to me because it was a rougher, tougher era. Craig Simpson texted us and said, in Edmonton, we didn't even wear helmets in practice when I first got there. When Slats was pissed about how we were playing and it was going to be a hard physical practice, he could tell us it was going to be a bucket practice. Crazy, isn't it?
That is unbelievable.
All right, boys, it's a bucket practice.
It's bucket
today.
time, boys.
Not a bucket practice, coach.
I love that.
Here we are in 2025, and now it's a bucket warm-up.
Can't go bucketless unless you're in the league before 2019 or whatever it is.
That's unreal.
That is.
That's a great story.
So it should be not at risk of getting harmed by your teammates in practice.
It's not like the name Quinn Hughes is kind of calmed down in Vancouver.
Oh, boy.
No.
And it continues to run rampant.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight they got the Buffalo Sabres. You're going to be doing regionals.
Intermissions for
Intermissions.
that. Yeah. That and some Oilers.
Brock Besser, I think, is a game time decision.
Yep. Seeing that.
I think they mentioned appendicitis.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's not cool.
How come they can just come out and just
they
say
just tell
that?
us
No
that
problem.
makes sense. Okay, well he'll be back in 2 weeks or whatever the number is.
Well, I got an email from the Raptors about the RJ Barrett's knee. It was like a 4-line breakdown of all the treatments they're doing on him. I'm like, can MLS can these guys talk?
Reiki.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on?
Thatcher Demko might start tonight.
He is going to start.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not sure how many coaches you could sit out of 32 teams right now and say, I'm interested in his comments, especially post-game or just comments in general.
Mm-hmm. We should.
But Adam Foote is one of those guys where I know, and I don't know him well, but I know him well enough to go, I love having a conversation with that guy because it's just not, he's going to tell you what he thinks. Obviously, as a head coach now, there's certain boundaries you can go and not go, but I have a ton of interest when this guy speaks.
God,
do you know
such a mean hockey player, Adam Foote?
He was. Back when I worked at the Score, some of my most popular articles were beer ability rankings, ranking the guys who you'd most want to go have a beer with.
Love that.
Adam Foote, high beer ability. Rick Tocchet was always a very high beer ability guy for me.
And he's
Burke.
also, we know him with TNT and his post-game comments are always you know you're going to get as much as you can out of somebody. That's all.
So why don't we listen to, we have a clip from Adam Foote talking about this Quinn Hughes stuff and how it just won't go away.
It's from yesterday, yeah.
All right,
Play
check it out.
that clip.
Okay. Just following up Jeff's earlier question about just kind of the mood of the room and how the guys are handling the struggles. There's also been a lot of talk in the last few days about Quinn's future. Is that something? I mean, the guys hear it; they know what's going on. Like, is that having an impact as well on the room and just the mood of the guys?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think they obviously hear it, like you said. I think when I've been around things like that, you're not talking about it. You're not, you're trying not to think about it, but it's there. And you can feel it certain days more than others. I can feel it certain days more than others. And these guys are human. They can feel it. It can affect, for sure, our locker room. I have to give the guys credit. Like, they're in a tough spot hearing the noise. And they keep coming to work every day and keep doing their job, and they're pros. That's what they're supposed to do. But to answer your question, they can hear it, and it probably affects some players more than others. But like I said, I give them a lot of credit for the way they handle it, coming to work, coming to try to win hockey games, and do their job.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Some coaches would just.
Next question.
Next question. Yeah. He's
no comment.
Yeah, no comment. He's
That's
fine.
just noise. We're focused on the game.
Exactly.
I was thinking about this whole scenario today, and everyone talking about the Quinn Hughes trade is talking about how, well, you got to get the most teams in as possible. You got to get to the deadline. You got to get to March. You got to wait till, people know who's buyers and sellers and yada, yada. I think it's happening. Like, people like Quinn Hughes is at some point going to get traded. It feels like, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like a foregone conclusion.
No. He's not signing.
He's not signing.
There.
So
unless he wakes up today and changes his mind and turns around and starts giving so much love to, I want to work this out.
Yeah.
I want to be here. We're going to get a deal done.
Never happened with Marner and the Leafs. It's not going to happen here.
It's not happening.
So to me, it's like they can't have a second straight season of pure toxicity. They need to just do it. If it's happening,
do it.
And they said to all the teams in the league, don't come to us and say you didn't know we were going to trade him. By January 15th, we're going to make a decision. Get your offer in, whatever. This has got to happen. We need to move on. We need to start whatever our new next is. And for me to just have another year where it's December 11th and we're going to drag this team through it in their fan base till March.
That won't happen. I think if the Vancouver Canucks hate what's out there, they may stretch it to the summer.
Oh, like they can't. This is what I'm saying. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can. You can.
I guess you can't lose the trade either. That badly.
There's offers that are in your mind unacceptable.
But the pushback for that with me, if I'm the Vancouver Canucks, I'm getting way more for him if I get two playoff runs as opposed to one full season with insecurity. Like if you trade him with the Devils in the summer, he's going to sign there, right? Like that's how he's going. I want to play with my brothers. So he gets to sign there. But if you're trading him to let's say the Caps.
How about Carolina?
Or Carolina or wherever. Like, what's his no trade situation? Does he have zero trade protection?
I don't think
so. You can take the highest offer that you're going to get two full playoff runs. Like, I don't think they can wait to the summer. No. I think they got to push this in here. And if you got the coach and the media saying it's affecting guys, I mean, I've never been in a locker room like that, but can you imagine your best player, the guy that's your captain? Every day in the media, there's a new report, there's a new team. That's got to be bringing the boys down so much, man.
We just heard from Adam Foote, and I give him full credit for trying to be as honest as he can or humanize it. And it's great for us. It's great for people to identify with the human aspect of this whole scenario. Jimmy Rutherford's another guy who's got a great reputation. If you have a conversation with him, if he's on after a game with, Hockey Night in Canada, after hours, he's going to give you as much honesty as he can. In saying that, I think it backfired on him somewhat. Not a snowball's chance that we're dealing with this today if last season he didn't volunteer Quinn Hughes with his brothers. It was something that he did on his own. It did not come out in the media. It wasn't driven anywhere, but he started this. And with another year on his deal, the noise wouldn't be remotely this loud if he just didn't do that.
You think so?
I think he's got two things in mind there.
For sure. In my opinion, anyways.
But you don't think, but he's right. And everybody probably knows that he wants to go to the devil.
There's a big difference between thinking it with the media and then hearing someone who has inside information on it.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
To me,
completely the guy in control.
he soft launched something that was going to be an inevitability. He sees it coming, and he's starting to get people prepared for this.
If this was this time next year, okay, I get it. But a year and a half, we've never seen it this far away, this loud.
Yeah. And it could be that was his frustration, that he wanted to move this along himself. If he believed that Hughes doesn't want to be a part of that, what they're doing, then maybe that's part of his way of saying, well, then let's just rip the Band-Aid off and start this process. I don't know. But it is unfortunate. Like, Canucks fans deserve a lot better than the way the last 2 years have gone.
Good.
There's a good article
Wasn't that
Thomas
long ago
Drance wrote today about in The Athletic, just about them sort of believing, though, that they were legitimate team a few years ago.
But weren't they?
Not really. Things kind of went really well at the right time. Like, they were fine.
I thought they were a good team.
Yeah, but they weren't cup contenders. I don't know. But anyway, this whole thing.
But like, coming off of that season into the next one, you would have thought that they were in the mix as a playoff team and a good team and one of like the
with Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
Patterson, who's a legit 100-point guy.
It's funny. It
Demko,
probably starts
Demko.
Horvat instead of Miller. Or sorry, Miller instead of Horvat. It's probably where it starts.
Yeah.
You got to pick one of your centers. You trade Bo Horvat.
And then you lose them both. And then you
that's
gotta
the
end up
guy who
moving them both.
stays, doesn't work with Petey. In the time warp where you keep Horvat and he gets along with Petey, are you still good? And Hughes sticks. And
I don't
Bo
know.
Horvat, the star of Team Canada, Team B, by the way.
What did the
ABA.
What did the JT Miller trade end up being? Like,
what did they get for him?
Hedel, that
Hedel, man.
they got they didn't get a legit piece back.
Like, I'm looking at Hughes and going, if the
Mancini, Hedel, and a draft pick.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a ugh.
It is. There's no way around it.
There's no way around it. And Hedel had that reputation of he's one hit away.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If
And you
I'm
took him.
the Canucks, I'm saying there's Noah Dobson. Dobson just went for 2 firsts in the next draft plus a player. That's we start there, obviously, and then we need a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And I look at what that did for the Isles organization in terms of feel and look and direction and hope and all that. It happened quick. They have to do well in this trade. But again, I do think that urgency is important for the fan base. I think you're going to risk losing people if you drag this till God knows June.
If you're calling other teams for Quinn Hughes, they can't be like, there's untouchables. Like, there's no one. If you're trying to
Quinn Hughes,
there's no untouchables in a trade if you're another team.
I don't know if it's stemming out of Vancouver or what, but people want to now link Nico Hischier to Quinn Hughes.
like,
and
that's
it's like
a starting point.
it's not happening.
Why not?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because if he wants to play with his brothers, I'm going to wait 2 years.
Oh, okay.
You know,
That's
let
why.
them keep their good players.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's why it's not happening.
Okay, that makes sense. They could trade him anywhere. He's going to go there anyway.
If I'm New Jersey and I believe that, and Jimmy was right last year,
Yeah.
then I'm not giving up my captain. I'll just wait it out.
Yeah, I mean, in
And that's
that
the danger, and that's why they got to create a market. They got to go outside of New Jersey because New Jersey's sitting there going, "Hey Jimmy, remember what you said?"
Old Fitzy's not giving in.
I guess the only thing for New Jersey is just, what do you think your timeline is? Like, can you afford to just
I don't
kick
know.
the
Been
can
watching
for
them
2
lately.
years? You're not great.
Is it ready? Are they ready?
Well, Jack Hughes, stepped on a landmine or whatever happened there. He's in trouble.
I do think that, though, if they get Quinn Hughes and have Jack Hughes back in the second half of the season, they're going to take off like a rocket ship.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I think
Oh my God.
think they'll be a dangerous second half team if they had those two guys in the Devils. But Jacob Fowler tonight.
Jacob Fowler, Montreal Canadiens. You teased
They're
that it's going to break.
Panicking. They're panicking. Montreal thought they were
They're calling up an awesome goalie.
Oh,
when they
panic.
have
He's
no
20.
goaltending.
How old is he? 22? He's a kid. It's just rushing him up
They
there.
want a Hill to be.
Yeah, because all the other goalies were hurt.
They need a shot in the arm like Dennis.
Okay.
The Hill to be is giving the Leafs.
Jacob Fowler, it basically set every record known to man. In college, he was the Division I goalie of the year last year. In the AHL, he's T2 in wins, first in shutouts, sixth in save percent.
He's 21.
Really, really, really good.
too
Their
early.
goaltending right now, really, really, really bad. This is not more complicated than maybe we put in the good one and take out the not good one.
Can I ask you though? Like, are the Habs? They've arrived. It's
No.
time. That's what I.
What do you mean, no?
Arrived.
Well, no, that's what I mean.
They think they've already talking about trading for Kadri to put him
No.
over the top
No,
for the
but
cup.
That's
here.
what scares me. Is
Yeah,
like
no,
they're like calling up their goalie to
No.
save this mid
They're
team.
okay, but they're not. They're not there yet. And Lane Hudson
they
is
think they're there?
fantastic, and his upside's great. He's not ready yet
To
win a Stanley Cup for the Montreal Canadiens.
He's
not.
I love that they're looking at where they're at in their standings, and they're like panic button. I love it, but I think I listen. He could play great. He could be really good for them. But I just don't think that they're going to bring a 21-year-old goalie. He's going to play every other night, and he's going to be fantastic, and they're going to go on some big run. I just think it's a little bit of an early move. I do.
Well, I mean, it's going to be fascinating to watch. I am curious to see if they make another move. So they call him up. Are they going to make this trade for a center? Are they going to do something bigger here and try to?
We got to trade Christmas holiday freeze coming up.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if we're going to see anything before that.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of talk out there, and not much action.
When does that hit usually?
Maybe around the 17th or 18th.
Yeah. I always remember being pissed off because Berkey would be like, I have an earlier one than everybody else. It's like, no, just you can trade too, Brian. When I was a Leaf fan and I was younger, I was pissed.
Man, I had a
Remember
chance
that?
to trade for Sidney Crosby, but I had that freeze.
Yeah. It was just that I had the extra days that I put in there, the fake one, but he was a good guy. So sorry, Berkey. That always drove me crazy.
Yeah, we got 6 Canadian teams in action tonight. Vancouver Canucks are at it. You guys are going to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
San Jose game.
San Jose game.
We'll text you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
A lamb chop.
Not that I don't like being here. You guys go to the alumni booth tonight?
Yeah, we'll drop by the alumni.
Kipper
Have
would be-
you've been
Share
in there?
club?
Kipper would be too embarrassed to take me in there.
Oh, it's fenced. Is
No,
this what you're wearing?
Listen, there's still. hey! I won't be embarrassed as long as you still have time to go home and change.
Well, unlike you, Kipper, I was going to wear a Leafs jersey, but
My God!
unlike you, I'm not going to put on my suit to go to the Leafs game. I got a nice jacket.
But
I got a nice peak coat that I'll wear. I got a nice Leafs hat. I'll change up a little bit.
Face painting tonight? No time, eh? No time to face paint.
No time.
No.
Listen,
So what do you got? You got a prediction for tonight?
for the Leafs?
Yeah.
They better win. It's a must win.
Must win.
Can't lose.
You have completely invalidated those sayings for the rest of the season.
Shutout?
Oh my God.
The Hildebeest?
No, I
With
think
his 930, what is he? 930 save percentage?
Leafs win 3 or 4-2. Macklin Celebrini has a goal. Austin Matthews has a goal. And I don't know who else is going to score. There you go.
Buffalo
All right.
Van, you got a prediction for the Canucks?
Pain.
They're both going to lose. No, it's going to turn around for the Canucks. They're getting a win tonight.
Oh,
Arr.
scratch and score tonight for sure.
Scratch and score. Robertson.
For Robertson.
Fun show today.
Yeah, good show, boys.
Yeah. Dan Boyle, if you didn't catch us in our Leaf Hour edition, give us a download. Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. He was really good, particularly around the power play. And Eddie Olczyk, of course, hockey analyst, TNT. A plethora of games tonight. Pick yours. Is that a word?
Oh, yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.